Good morning. Good morning. How you doing, everybody? A little bit of a nasty day yesterday. It happens. Let's see what occurred. Well, we are still in a trading range, marking time, waiting for everybody to make up their mind. Will the bull advance continue, or is it run out of steam? We shall see. Good morning, Valley. Good morning. Morning, everyone there on social media. So yesterday, we in part talked about lower highs and ascending or descending triangles and contracting uh, volatility, or not so much ranges, but the contraction and volatility. You say, well, how is the volatility contracting after a day like yesterday, Greg? Well, just looking at the cues here, we had this sharp advance, right? We also talked about, well, we had a pretty long discussion in the green room yesterday about uh, basic essentials, trends, and slowing momentum and divergences, and and a few other things. So as we look at what was happening, we always go through little lessons here in the morning. You had this sort of what I call a self-correcting uptrend. If we just look at this amount of data here, right? Here was October low, and it accelerates higher, strong momentum, right? What does that tell you? Buy the pullback, right? Buy the pullback to where, you know, support here. And so it did, it moves up and gets all jiggles and an advance, and then an accelerated run, which suggests, hey, we're probably close to the end of a move here. It doesn't mean bear market. It doesn't mean 20% correction. None of that. All it means is an accelerated run after an advance. Things are likely to consolidate. And that's what's happening right now. So we have this contraction in volatility. So we say this is an increase in volatility. And then it comes down, boom. Oh, let's try and take it back up again. The hell with the way it came down. Sometimes it goes right back up. We've seen that over the years. But sellers are there. They hold the low, it goes back up, and you see the highs are getting lower, and this is flat, and now we got this wide range bar. What the hell do we do here? Well, from this time frame, we do nothing. We were looking at this right across the board retest and reversal pattern, and we were essentially wanting to take advantage of the ones that were extended lower, like the transports. And so the ones that were not extended like this, we're likely to either just chop around like this, and then we wait to see which way it's going to go. Right? And we're still waiting. So that's the short answer. We're still waiting to see whether this can tighten up. Right? Yesterday we had discussions on tightening and expanding ranges. And so if you missed that, those in the green room, hang around lunchtime sometimes. So if this should tighten up, well, at some point things reach an apex, or just the spring is wound enough to where it's going to break one way or another. We're waiting. What's in the news? Interest rates. And so the 10-year continued higher. You see the weekly, that's a new closing high. And that's not good for equities. As interest rates go up, and look at other markets, the 30 years going up, here's the 30-year, going up. Of course, that's one of the reasons why the home builders are getting shellacked, because mortgages are going up, to borrow money intermediate or long term. The 5-year is down a little bit, but you want to keep an eye on this to see, does that clear these highs, right? It backed off here a little bit, but the shorter term rates start moving even higher, it becomes worse and worse for equities. That's a significant move, of course, in a short amount of time. So we have this rolling kind of correction. Some things started much earlier and got pounded down. You remember the transports and some other things. Um, so you want to keep an eye on this and set an alert up here, see if that actually breaks out or starts moving down. You see the 13-week is now beginning to stabilize. Right? It's come down an awful lot. So we're keeping an eye on this to see if it continue to go sideways or perking up, which gives us here a measure as what the Fed is going to do. So when there's been all this speculation over the last year or so as to what the Fed was going to do, this guided us along the way, as this continued to move down or what it was doing, what the Fed was going to do. So all the talking heads, would have, 14 different indicators and 3,000 economists trying to figure it out. We just look at this chart and, over decades, it's told us what they're going to do. All right. Other markets, transports, held up relatively well because they got destroyed already. Relatively destroyed compared to, looking at the Qs. So that's less likely to go down as aggressively on a down day, and it didn't, but it didn't go up. Spiders or S&Ps, that came down relatively hard. Yesterday we talked about the contraction between the 20 and the 50, and now you've got to close below the 50. And to some institutions, it's like, it's just one measurement, and how much they pay attention to it, they talk about it. So I really don't know if they have analysts, which they do, say, well, it broke the 50, but it's still in a trading range here, and everybody sees this head and shoulders top, and there's got to be tons of alerts down here. I see my alert down there. Does it break down below there, and then there's this unfilled gap and a void? So if it does break below here, it's going to open up the door to coming down here or lower. So now today, as prices formed a wide range bar, and, we have our factory work. And so now I can move that line down, but it's up at those pivots. I don't want to. This line will go away. But anyway, just the idea. Where's the halfway mark in the wide range bar? Is it going to close above that halfway mark? There's nothing magical about it. It's just something that generally works as a subjective measurement as to, and it's kind of common sense, you think about it. If it closed here and it closes up here today, well, whatever happened yesterday doesn't matter today. Whereas if it closes down here and we get a 1, 2, 3, it wouldn't be a textbook 1, 2, 3 because this didn't break down, didn't violate any support. So it wouldn't be like a 1, 2, 3 that broke down below a consolidation. But if it closes down there, it's like some things like Oracle, which Dan will cover, I mentioned it yesterday pre-market. I even typed it into the social media there that it, going lower, and we put a short on. And so it certainly helped that the market dropped, to drag that down, but it showed relative weakness when the market did move up a little bit, and that was a good sign. But if this stays down here, that's a measurement of weakness. And so can open up the door to testing those lows. And then, markets close tomorrow. By Friday, let's assume it tests these lows, hangs down there for a day. One of the rules, not a rule, but just observation is, three retests and it doesn't move up. That's a problem. And so it's just saying, hey, you've got 3 chances here of moving up from this support level. And if you can't do that, odds are it's going to go lower. And so that's kind of waiting. We'll wait to see what actually happens today. Does it just hang there? in the middle of that bar. Does it go down there and test it? And you see what's happening here pre-market. It dipped down. You had those economic numbers. Moved up a little bit. It's not doing anything. So SPX, this strike, yesterday's strike got hit. Right? Well, it rarely happens, but these aren't like no-brainer, you know, um, picks here that is like just go do it, even though they work like probably 98% of the time as a guide. But you have to use a little bit of common sense that if things are dropping sharply, you know, that seem more likely to get hit. And so anyway, so it's down here, give or take, down it's down here. Is it likely to go down here? Might be down here. Is it likely to go down here? Hell no. I say that like you can bet your life on it, but that's confident just based on common sense. But as I'm saying that, opening my big mouth, are there any economic numbers coming out that could move it? And at 10:30, there's some oil numbers to keep in mind. And there's a 30-year auction at that today. Yes, there's a 30-year auction at 1 o'clock, and there's the FOMC minutes. It's not a decision, a minutes at 2 o'clock. So something to keep in mind. But just look, just think about a move from where this is at to down there would be a bigger day. This eyeballing would be as big or bigger than this day. That's not likely to happen. And that's all a credit spread is. You look at where this premium and you say, is it likely to go there or there? And you do your best assessment based on the technicals. And is it likely to go there? It's unlikely to go there. You got a low, you got this trading range, the bottom of this trading range. It would have to fill this gap where there would be buyers. So I think that's pretty close to a no-brainer. All right. We looked at that, NDX, the Dow, another one that got clobbered, wide range bar ending. Well, it ain't going up. And the longer it spends down here, the greater the probability that it's not, and it's not going to hold here. Right? It goes sideways here for a couple of weeks, which was it's doing to hold the next level of major support. I don't think so. And that's where things are going to get nasty if that begins to happen this year. Why? What we call the power of the void. Down below here, there's nothing. You got that 200, there's a little something there, but the next pivot is way down where you can see it. I don't know that it's going down there, but this is a big open space because of the way that went up. Similarly, the way this went up. And it was likely to come down to here as it started to move. And it just sliced through it, went to the next one. That's bearish. All right, gold. I'm chopping around here. Just sloppy, but I think it's going to go up. Especially with the interest, the interest rates going up. But, this is based on inflation, not on a strong economy. That's a belief that inflation is coming. So if inflation is coming, that's the belief. We don't have the evidence yet, but if that's the belief, interest or intermediate and long-term interest rates go up because people that are willing to lend it want a higher rate of interest because of inflation. So maybe gold starts perking up. Oil a little higher, backing off from the 200. As mentioned, oil numbers coming out today. So there may be some volatility for that. Silver looks like a grinder, right? No downtrend. So I don't know. I think these are going to go up, but I'm not, you can see by my tone of voice, I'm not all that confident because the patterns aren't all that great. Bitcoin down a little bit, still just a trading range, slopping back and forth. Another head and shoulders. It looked like it was ready to start moving up there and maybe it recoups, but this is just another pattern that communicates stay away from me. As I don't know, when I say I don't know, participants don't know. Bullish, who's taking their money off the table, who got caught on the breakout, holding support, is going sideways. You don't need your latest, greatest, proprietary optimized indicator to see this is going nowhere. Opposing pivot highs and lows. All right. All right. Before I hand it over to Dan. SMHs. A little disappointing to see such a big, nasty day, but it was up at resistance. NVIDIA got shellacked yesterday. That's a big, nasty day there. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets right now, and they're correcting. How deep it'll go is anybody's guess. Right? But as interest rates continue to grind higher, it will not be good. So we'll see what happens and whether these patterns tighten up or whether they accelerate lower. All yours, Dan.
Good morning. Yeah, I said yesterday, I was hoping today we accelerate in a nasty way lower because then I love trading the reversal. But as of right now, we got a mess. Today, MT Live, we're going to be talking about these stocks under $10, potential flyers. Last couple of months, they've been all over the place. Hold on a second, my maid's here. So yeah, that'll be a very timely thing today. We'll be scanning, show you what to look for and trading these, show you the ones we're in, the ones on our watch list, but there's a ton of them. Alarms going off. That's my first normal routine. NDAC was shorted yesterday. I guess I had a small up alarm go off here, but nothing to do. Yeah, yep, all those stocks are getting whacked. I'll review them. Oracle, Greg mentioned we shorted, breakdown daily, weekly. You got a climb on a 180 on the monthly. Relative weakness here, doing nothing pre-market. Angle had earnings, but we are in this as a core long. Now this is one of the ones. Yeah, I'm gonna make a list here for us to review. The ones we're in and the ones on our watch list under $10. So here's an igniting gap, bull rectangle weekly. Look at that monthly breakout. Looks fantastic. Bark, we're in. Another one made the turn on the daily, buy set up weekly, monthly. Look at this. $2 stock. And so that's what we're going to show you today. How to find these and the setups and nailing these entries. Box, we're short also. Might have had an up alarm go off. We'll come back to it. And that's the only alarms I had going off. And slug, no, not slug. LPG, I posted over Monday's high, bottoming pattern. ASC, Alex found this for us yesterday. We were actually in this on this breakout. And then we had stopped out break even, but And now it's a totally new trade that's even better. We got a 180, we got a void, we got a bull at 15. So I posted that. We can buy the 1250 calls. Really? Well, I mean, look at it right now. Oh, you know what? It could be the date. Why don't, well, let me look. Because I want that one to obviously be right. Yeah, I see the yeah, I see. I had an error in the date. Just fix that real quick. RAPT is another one that's on our watch list. Has not triggered yet, but another one under 10 bucks, potential flyer. And let's now go to earnings stocks. SLP, bearish gap breakdown, all time frames, but that's, you know, over 10%. So I don't know what to do with that. The crust, it shows the $2, which is nothing. But no pattern. But I would say with a small gap up, I would say under yesterday's low, maybe a call spread. Calm. This is a watch on a pullback. That's actually nice. I'm gonna put that here. I have LPG on the other computer. AZZ. Pattern. Air. Uh, it's a failed sell setup with a void. So we'll come back to that. ACI, a gap breakout. That's not bad. Ideally, 30-minute high. I am that other one on the other chart. AYI, no pattern. MSM, 30-minute low would be a call spread. UNF. Yeah, this one I just don't understand this gap yesterday, even though today was earnings. Unless that's an error, but I don't see anything there. Sample. This one I said if it opened flat would be a day trade short. Healy gap breakdown, but it's just down so much already. But look at this sell setup on the monthly. You know, people ask us, do the same patterns work on a monthly? And absolutely. It's a sell setup after a breakdown. Hard angle. And that's, yeah, this is the one we're in. So this looks great. So Greg, we'll have to, you know, jointly decide how to manage this thing because this is a core long, but with the gap up, we're up 20%. So your feedback. There's ASC again, looks great. Here, oh, IMAX, I didn't post. Yeah, let's shoot. Let me post this one. I forgot to pre-market. So bear 1, 2, 3. That's short low, stop, Monday high. I'll put that in the window. ELEV, it's already run, but another junker. That, needs to give an entry. Another junker that's gapping up, but look, that's a monster gap. 40 cents divided by 70 is huge. And I don't feel like watching it for an entry. Now, EA had it close strong, would have been a nice reversal, but obvious topping tail there with the market sewn off. Flat looks lower, gap down. You can watch for a reversal in the gap area. Yeah, these are casino stocks. MGM closing breakdown, daily, weekly, monthly looks lower. That I like, maybe 30-minute low. Hurt is being added to one of the indexes, but it's still, well, it's gapping near these prior highs. We'll come back to it. XOM, I think, had a profit warning. Sell setup, but it's beaten down. All right, here are the quantum computing stocks. And so I guess the news was NVIDIA CEO. Now, look at this. NVIDIA got killed yesterday after gapping to an all-time high. I have no idea why. Maybe it was the same reason of the CEO talking about the industry. I really don't know. But this is a call spread idea. But he was saying these quantum computing things are like 15 years away from like guess coming to reality or whatever. And there's some nasty gaps in this sector. I mean, look at these percentage gaps. This was a bullish pattern. Look, you had a closing breakout on the weekly from a 1, 2, 3. So these, I have zero bias for long or short with such big gaps. Or maybe that RCL is not quantum, I don't know. PSNL. Another junker stock that broke out on the monthly. Now this one I'll watch and see. As long as it stays above, as long as it stays above here, I'll watch that for an entry. Quantum, big old kind of M top. So this would be a great call spread. If there's, you got to wait 5 minutes. This gap's too big. But yeah, it's amazing how one person talking can cause so much damage. That's plain nasty. Rig C, nasty. There's going to be, look at that, $20 down to 12. So NVIDIA, I actually posted here as a call spread in Telegram. Oh, I also taken the stop on this thing. If y'all don't get Telegram because you're not a subscriber to the letter, it's at your own risk. All right, this was from yesterday because you don't get Telegram. So but there's the NVIDIA one. I was wanting a little bounce because it's so extended on the 15. DG. Yeah, DG. Yeah, it's short. No, it's not a no-brainer where the stop is because yesterday's high is huge. All right, this ASC looks great now. I might even do 10-minute high if the market's not falling apart. I tried bidding for those calls and Roger Dodger took them from me. But wow, now it's a little spready, 40 by 60. All right, so I'll keep an eye on it, but it looks great. ACI bottom right, gave it up. All right, so that I have no interest anymore unless it takes out the high after 30 minutes. Calm. That's slopping around. It's too wild for me in the first 2 minutes. Ah, what did I say yesterday, you all? Sam, you here? I said if this can rattle or give me two inside bars, then a double bottom. Look, my up alarm just went off. So maybe 30-minute high. I'm surely not doing it now with market week and that being at yesterday's high, but that's an impressive gap. All right, and nothing. I set new alarms. Delta 20. No, well, I can't speak for Greg, but I mentioned it. I mentioned Myrna was bottoming and moving yesterday, but did I post anything? No, I did not. But yeah, we did talk about it. This ELF low alarm, it went against us. So we sat through some pain, but now it's looking better. We got the 129, 134 for Friday. Sam, Christmas is over, so shouldn't ELF be falling? I don't understand. All right. Okay, so good. Now we got an open profit. I said bid 50 cents at 72. So let's now move stop tighter break even or 126.72. Yeah, we're not in it yet. I haven't looked at it, but I got my alarms. Bills. US food stopping out. We knew that was that's trying to get us out break even. US food looks like short. Yeah, this looks horrible. If it closes like this, then I think we can short it as a rolling over thing. LPG, that was an old alarm. RAPT breaking down. Yeah, so we're not in it. It has to get over these tails. Calm middle chart there, I see moving. It's too wild for me. And
Delta 20, the options are spready, and you're not going to get enough premium unless you're just not. Look, they're 10 strikes apart and down at 200, it's spready, not wide enough to do 9 days. WM, he was asking about waste management. And it's up several days in a row, so better to wait for it to pull back and maybe there'd be enough juice.
This Oracle rallying, as you can see.
Yeah.
All right, Greg, Ango, core long. How do you want to manage it?
I don't know what this word core means. If I was in it, I'd sell it.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever eaten an apple?
I ate one yesterday.
Okay, so the middle of an apple is a core. What about a core of a 8-cylinder Mustang engine?
There's no such thing.
Shoot, help me out, Alex.
It's up against resistance. It's a substantial move in a short amount of time. I'll do what you please.
But we see all these home run trades.
So
Look at the monthly. I think it's going to 15. But I'll sell it, look to re-enter.
it won't be any re-enter. You long forget about this. Reported earnings today, by the way.
I know. There was a core and we decided to hold.
Uh, it's a 38, 39% move in a short amount of time.
Well,
So
McGraw's cows like apple cores, he told me. Hey, A-Lit new low, cool. We shorted that yesterday. Fox. Learn. Our cost basis is 31.32. So yeah, I had to remove stop break even. Air, no pattern. Uh, I'll set an alarm at 1990, but it got rejected. That's the one I said call spread, I think. MSM, let me look. 85s. There's no weeklies. Then spreading 0 by 70, so forget that. Nothing, nothing nasty. Daily, weekly, monthly look lower, but it's too far from the 20 for me. Mango, that's what we just sold. ASC, I'm gonna set an alarm at 12:60. Glad I waited.
Hmm. Yeah, and the options in Lulu are spready. I thought we could find something on that reversal call spread, but
Yeah, I think that's why I also didn't put on a put spread. Yeah, until such, you know, you know me, Steve. I do not think government subsidies, but then Biden pouring $8 or $9 billion in this thing, I just think is a travesty.
look at 9 days. Like you could, it's tighter.
On
You
Lulu,
go like four in Lulu. You can do like 420.
mm, you trust that pattern
Yeah,
for 9 days?
I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I wonder what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. To double top. I don't know. Earnings are in March.
Yes.
Market is, in question. So maybe it tests the lows and you're out of it. I'm just saying, it's far away.
I mean, far away sounds great until the thing starts moving in your face.
Can say that about any option trade. That's why I hate them. But
It, it's 50 cents spread. Still, it's not, yeah, it's too much. I mean, this elf went against us. See this breakdown bar right here? That's
which
when
ones did you do, Delta? Delta opened up a call spread on Lulu yesterday. Too early? Hmm.
let's go through opens here. Bark, bark, 1, 2, 3. We sold a third yesterday. Box looks good. Can stopped out. I just noticed. Now, remember we were talking about breakout failures yesterday? And when is it a failure? Well, that's a failure. That was a breakout there. And it failed. Nothing I can do about it. This is my other window for some reason. CMC, I was watching for a bottoming pattern. I'm going to delete this. CME, I'm going to delete because we did NASDAQ. CMI 350. CMI. Oh, this one's a dime away from our stop, which will at least, I think, just hit as we're talking, but it's a $2 gain. So nice, 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 nice. Yeah, I know you mentioned that yesterday. Yeah, today. Yep, today was the entry. You nailed it. Hey, our fiber relative strength. Well, we're short. Set a break even alarm. Nova, we got long stop and short puts. Yeah, and they both. Okay, we did short puts and long stop. All right, both have profit. full put spread, Oracle, short stock, fun, long stock and short puts, VFS, we have a half lot. Oh, stop is 408, so that's 3 cents of that one. Diamonds and IWM, the weakest today, looking pretty darn similar on the 5 and 15. MGM, I said, short idea this morning. I wasn't watching it, but it looks good. Yeah, yeah, I'm not crazy about buying stuff right now with all horsemen, but definitely put it on the watch list here. ACI, I'm not messing with. But Mo, but you gotta stop something bar on the 15, so it's on its own page. So I'll watch it pull back here, and you know me, I'll check a put spread ahead of time. They only got 95s. Better bid 15. But yeah, yeah, it's quite the relative strength. Netflix, we have a call spread. It's a slow mover. Knock, we have a call spread. First 60. Oh, I had posted this in error. I thought it was, it was Jan 17. I was wrong. box slow alarm. ACI up alarm. Oh, okay, so it came back a little bit, but still nothing. Sam, I don't know if you know this, but this is the company that sells box lunches. Um, don't blow, don't blow Sam's understanding. Honeywell, slow and steady. New, I'm going to keep an eye on, even if it comes in here, makes a higher low, it could be making a larger double bottom. Wow, Alex, you mentioned this yesterday and I put it on my list. Nice. Nice. Nice DG. There it is on my list here from yesterday. LPG has to trigger. Oh, IMAX, shoot, gapped under the entry. So now I don't know how to report it. See, steady group. There's no pattern. Needs to kind of give you a buy setup and reversal. Banks are weak, so that's definitely holding relative strength to sector. Wow. At the Bank of Montreal here, it's a better pattern than City, that's for darn sure. Yeah. Yeah, weekly still has room. Yeah, let's say the 58 and change. ASC up alarm, but have to take out yesterday's high. It's 10:03. Qs are ripping to a new high here. Was there any 10 a.m. numbers? Microsoft's the best looking 15-minute thing, but daily is disgusting looking. Video, uh, you know what? Let's hold off on the video call spread, and I'll wait for a reversal intraday. That's a big old void. I don't know where. It looks bullish for a bounce. So I thought it could go up another $3. Let's see where it's at, man. 152. Right, so it actually got filled right there. We've got a mess on our hands here, but bottom, still trading range. On alarm. Yeah, yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. Let's short it. Stop yesterday's thing. Big old topping pattern with a void. Sure. Yeah. Bear 1, 2, 3. Sure. Yeah. Let's, let's do the same thing with that. And let me check call spread. And IMAX gapped under the entry. Um,
Give it a bigger stop, Dan.
I'm posting it right now. I was checking the 20 MA. That's what I'm going to give. Hey, dog. The 148. Wow, there's no juice and they're spreading. Oh, 148 is too far. We could do 146. Yeah, let's actually do 147. Oh, shoot, I gave the wrong, darn it, I'm rushing here, I gave the wrong description. I did not get the all-time highs. All right, got everything updated now. Hey, Sam, Alex has been on fire here recently. I think you you need to catch up a little bit.